Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So we're back today with some Izzet Phoenix. So this is an archetype that many of you will be familiar with. We've played it before on the channel, and it is recognisably still the same deck, but we do have one new card that we haven't used before. Not a hugely recent addition to the format, but as I'm still playing a little bit of catch-up from the time I was away. I haven't used Artist Talent before, so this is a 1 and a red for a class enchantment. It says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. And then it has a level 2 and 3 as well, which makes non-creature spells cheaper and also increases the damage of your non-combat damage, but crucially it's kind of the first chapter that we're talking about, so this is a good way of filtering cards, getting phoenixes into the bin, keeping the cheap spells coming that allow the deck to function. So that is the new addition to the deck, and then as I say, the rest of it is reasonably familiar. So for those of you who haven't seen Phoenix before, it's all about playing lots of cheap instants and sorceries, getting phoenixes into the graveyard, and then using its recursion ability to bring it back, and then attacking your opponent for big flying damage. So to that end, it's got a lot of cheap spells which are used to draw more cards, cycle through your deck, get things into the graveyard to fuel up your treasure cruisers and other things. So yeah, it's a very tested, very powerful strategy, which has kind of been good in the format ever since it was created. So our cheap spells include the 1 mana cantrips, so we've got all 12 of those. So 4 copies of Consider, 4 copies of Opt, and 4 Sleight of Hand. Then we have another new card, Into the Floodmoor, so just one of these, which has Gift a Tapped Fish. So this is the first time I'm using the gift mechanic. So this is basically you can choose to give the opponent a fish token as you cast it, and then the ability is return target creature and opponent controls to its owner's hand. If the gift was promised, instead return target non-land permanent. So just a good kind of cheap. Temporarily deal with a problem spell, and kind of keep the cheap spells flowing. A couple of spell pierces as counter spells. Then we have our damage spells as well, so 4 fiery impulses and 4 lightning axes, which crucially comes with the added ability to allow us to discard a card. Then our 2-drops, as well as 4 copies of Artist Talent. We've got 1 Proph's Eidetic Memory, so this is another one of the more recent additions to the deck. So 2 mana legendary enchantment. When it enters, draw a card. You have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've drawn more than 1 card, this turn put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of cards you've drawn this turn. So with a deck like this, that's drawing lots of cards from our cheap spells, you could often be putting 3-4 counters on your flying creatures. Then we have Picklock Prankster, so as well as being another 1/3 flying threat, also has an adventure for 1 and a blue to mill 4 cards and get one of those cards back. And then a Brazen Borrower, and then the true powerhouse of the deck is the 4 copies of Treasure Cruise, 7 and a blue for a Delve spell, draw 3 cards. So often you're just Ancestral Recalling with this card, drawing 3 cards for 1 mana. Then a relatively small number of lands, just because we are cycling through so many cards and the deck really only needs 3 or 4 to be able to function. So dual lands, a couple of utility lands, but that's basically it. And then in the sideboard we have some more counter spells. We've got 2 annuls to counter artifacts or enchantments, 2 negates, another Proph's Eidetic Memory if those kind of +1/+1 counters are particularly important. Mystical Dispute is another counter spell. Then we've got some additional removal with a Braid and Beacon Bolt, just to help punch through difficult threats that the opponent may be playing. Another Brazen Borrower, so this is a really good tempo card that also can create a flying threat. And then Third Path Iconoclast. This is kind of a shift in strategy for the deck, where you can essentially become a go wide, create lots of 1/1s, and then kind of grind the opponent out that way. And then Anger of the Gods, which is good at shutting down the opponent's creatures if they're trying to go wide, just wiping the board and kind of resetting the place and exiling them all at the same time. So yeah, that is the deck. As I say, pretty classic Izzet Phoenix. Always a favourite of mine to use, so let's see how it's faring up in this new meta that we're facing. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and yeah, let's go on to the ladder. Okay, we do always like being on the play with this deck. Yeah, this is keepable as a one-lander because we have enough cantrips. It does allow you to keep some pretty shaky hands. Does rely on us eventually drawing into a land, though, so... Kumano faces Kakazan. Okay. Let's pop a Proph's Eidetic Memory into play. No red mana is a bit of a drag. So this is Rakdos Prowess. I'm going to need some sort of removal spell at some point. That is not what we're looking for. Okay, looks like we're getting hit again by the Emberheart Challenger. And we do have Spell Pierce available if they do anything too horrible, but... Yes, you can have that once, I think. Well, it's not looking great. Yep. No, I think we are pretty much out of it there. Just stumbled, no removal spells. So we definitely want Anger of the Gods here. And I think we want Third Path Iconoclast as well. What are we taking out? Treasure Cruise is probably just a bit too slow in this matchup. Proph's Eidetic Memory should probably come out as well. Maybe swap that out, put in an Abrade. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, this is better. Talent gives us a discard outlet for our Phoenix. We still don't have any removal, which could potentially be a problem. Well, there's some. Fine. So I think I will accept one turn of damage to get an Artist Talent into play. Just because potentially we've got turn 3 Phoenix lined up now. We can really start to race them. Okay, they are stumbling on land here. Ooh, Third Path Iconoclast is a tempting one, actually. Yeah, let's leave the Phoenix plan for 1 second. Play Iconoclast. Impulse away there. Swift Spear. Ditch a Phoenix. Okay, their board's now clear. We're going to start generating tokens. Alright, what does this do? Exile target card from a graveyard? How dare you? Okay, well that changes the plan a little. Discard that. No. Okay, looks like we're back to hard casting Phoenixes. But to be honest, we're kind of on a completely different strategy now, which is just go wide. Okay, they've got their second land. What can they do with it? Well, that's the slick shot show off if ever I saw one. So Kazan goes down, Phoenix comes out. Attack for 7. Now just patiently await the show off. I do have to pick the right moment to try and kill it as well, just because of the various spells they could use. Okay, it's down. Yeah, I'll let that one resolve. Okay. It's not lethal at the moment. And I will have lethal on the crackback, so... Oh no, they might have the Ember Heart thingamajig. Well, hopefully I can just... I can kill that in response, I think. I don't know if that works. We'll see if it works. Yeah, that works. Yeah, because it's got no target, so now I'll just hit them for exactly 8. Very good. Yeah, just need to be patient with our removal spell there. So, don't think I'm doing anything much differently on the draw. I just need to make sure I hit my removal. I don't think their single card graveyard hate is worth sideboarding in and a null. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with this. The Iconoclast doing work for us there. Give us blockers as well against a deck like this. Okay, so we're going to be on the draw this time, which will make it a challenge. We want to make sure we have removal in our opening hand. Yeah, that's pretty good. No discard outlet, but we may well draw one. Anger of the Gods is a very welcome development, so just need to be patient with it. I say that a lot. You do need to pick your moments when you're playing decks like this. Right, we'll be waiting for both Kamanus to trigger. Okay, they're stuck on land again, so that's pretty good news. So let's just pass the turn again. Yeah, if they're relying on something like an Ancestral Anger here, I'll probably take the etchings out from under them, even though it stops us casting Prankster, just because it takes the card draw away. Yep. Yeah, that's always a risky move, but I don't think they have much choice. But right, let's sleight of hand. Yeah, another Prankster's fine. So I can't stop them angering again this time, but... That's fine. 5 damage I can live with. No card, no land drop. Into the Floodmoor's a pretty good one here. Because I don't really want to anger just for that, so... Let's just Prankster again. Pass the turn. Yep. Sadly, I got rid of all my treasure cruisers, because they'd be looking pretty tasty right now. Oh well. Yeah, let's send that back. I'm not going to give them a fish. Okay, now I'm getting towards the, do I hold back on anger or do I like start playing creatures going wide? I think we're now in the going wide stage of the game. So let's pass the turn with a Picklock Prankster available. What does this do? Sacrifice it, put each... Okay. I mean, they're never using it, but... that's fine. That's just a 1-2. Here we go again. Okay. We're going hard on the Phoenixes in hand. Just digging for some actual targeted removal. That will do. They can remove my Phoenix, but I've got 2 more in hand, so I'll start hard casting those soon. And I'm now going wide enough that we're presenting quite a potent amount of damage just on board. This anger is now useless. Really don't want to use it under basically any circumstances. There was a bit of push and pull there. They never really had more than 1 creature on the board, so it never really felt worth it, but... yeah. Good. Again, this is another one of those slightly awkward hands. Double Spell Pierce is a bit rough. I think I'm going to send this one away. Yeah, this one's awful. And that's why you should never mulligan a iffy 7. Yeah. Okay, well. If any deck can survive a mulligan to 4, it's not really this one. Yep, looks like we're doing this. Hopefully string together enough cantrips that we can do something. Okay, so the opponent's on control. Don't really want another Phoenix, certainly not off an opt. I definitely don't want a second treasure cruise. Blech. Okay, they're on the Lotus field variant of this, so that's fun. Well, let's kill that. God, it's been a while since I've seen this. I suppose that gives us an outlet for at least one of our treasure cruises. But I mean, we're so dead. They've got 6 mana already. We're absolutely screwed. Yep. Well, that was a pretty painful game 1. So, they are on Azorius Lotus control, so we definitely want negate. Mystical Dispute. So Lightning Axe is okay here because it kills some of their win conditions, but let's take out Fiery Impulse. Prophecydetic Memory I don't mind here. Can just trim an Artist Talent for one of those. I think that's basically it. I can imagine this not being a particularly favourable matchup for us, to be honest. Don't really have any good answers to the absolute horror show that is what they're doing. I mean, this is also quite a bad hand, but I think I'm going to have to keep it. Yeah, I've not. This match has not been kind to my opening hands. Memory Deluge, sure. Nope. Right, well, let's get an Artist Talent down now, because I think most of the terrible things that they're going to plan to do will be on turn 3. Bleh. Okie dokie. Well, that is not a Lotus field, at least. We'll try and fire off a Prankster. Stick a second talent in the bin. Okay, well, we may be starting to get somewhere now. Am I trying to go off this turn? I don't think I am. Because I don't want to leave myself without Spell Pierce backup. Still no Lotus Field. Okie dokie. In which case... This is still quite awkward, to be honest, but ditch the lightning axe here. I don't love it. I do not love it. That I don't mind. So I think I'm actually going to chill here. Just wait. I've got a lot of nice stuff in my bin. I can afford to be patient. Keep the stuff flowing. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. I would like to prompt Eidetic Memory here, but that would stop me bringing back the Phoenix. So let's just go with Counterspell backup. Yep, I will Spell Pierce the Wandering Emperor. Let's just ditch Opt here. There's a lot of treasure cruisers. A lot of treasure cruisers in our future. If you farewell me, I will kick off. Stop looking at my graveyard. Stop it. Stop it. So rude. Have you ever known a control player just not to have a farewell? They always have it. It's outrageous. Okay, well, we begin the great rebuilding. This guy, just the worst. Still, I'm getting close to being able to hard cast my treasure cruises, so that's good, isn't it? I don't like them having a shark, but... What does this do? Sacrifice token, draw a card. See? Yay! Phoenix is in the bin! Let's go! That's fine. Oh, those could have triggered in a better order, couldn't they? Oh, I see. Another shark. Why do I feel like a rat is in my future? Well, I don't like that. Eat. Eat. Ha! That'll learn you. Okay. Well, let's start the cycle again. At least we know they have no Excellent. Wow, that was a hell of a roller coaster, that one. Well, let's pop in the other Brazen Borrower for their sharks. Trim another talent on the draw. Actually, no. Let's get rid of a Lightning Axe. I'm not in love with our chances against this deck, but we had a much better game 2 there because they didn't immediately go off with their Lotus Field. And we actually drew some lands, so, you know, didn't have to mulligan to 4. Yes. This hand is okay. It does not stop a strict proctor, but very few things actually do. Am I firing this off this cantrip? I think I probably am. Don't need another land, so that was the right thing to do. I do like it when I do the right thing. Yes, discontinuity. Go on, do it. Nope. Oh, they didn't have the mana. That's a shame. What a shame. Aren't you disappointed for them? I am. I'm devastated. Weeping. Can I be bothered to save that? I think I probably should. It's a good discard outlet. They can just pay the 2 here, but... Yep. It drains the rest of their mana, which is fine. So, ooh, that Treasure Cruise is looking pretty spicy, so let's play another Artist Talent. Yeah. We are kind of just faffing around with cantrips here, but... Ooh, Sleight of Hand is better than Mystical Dispute, I think, here. Don't love that. Oh, let's go a cruisin'. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hopefully draw a land. Let's get 4 looks, I think, at it. That'll do. You only need the 1. They don't have the mana to play Farewell, which is good. Okay, you may have a Wandering Emperor. Yeah, that's really annoying.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa. I will protect my people. You are not much of a roadblock.
These are all good cards, is the thing. So I could just hard cast Phoenix here. But that doesn't... No, I'll just put it in the bin. This can go. That can go. One of these can definitely go. Oh, they gave up. Well, that's good. So yeah, we're definitely seeing why Artist Talent, although seeming like it slows the deck down a bit initially, is definitely a powerful addition, just the constant ability to cycle through cards. Kind of replaced the role that Charter Course used to do, which was, you know, a similar mana cost, so... Well, I'm happy to sit and chill if you are. Demons. Demons everywhere. That I don't love. Don't need more than one. Definitely don't need 3 lightning axes, but I'm kind of stuck with them. Okay, they are going hard on drawing lots of cards. They are going to need a demon. Stitch one of these. Yep, draw another couple of lands. Pass the turn. How much do I fancy double spelling to kill any demon they play? I don't know, it's quite tempting. Yeah, I think I am, just because it's really crippling their life total this way. So... we'll get rid of this, I think. Decline. So at least this way they're still taking damage from their annexes. Now, this probably isn't a sustainable solution. But for the time being, we shall continue. Well, okay, it's now or never. Not you. God, those doors make a horrible noise. No, okay, you can have my hand. Yeah, that'll probably finish us off. So they're now just going to start getting life. So yeah, I'm going to have to get a pretty lucky set of draws here. Oh, now you turn up. Ludicrous performance. Well, I'm not going to say no to a treasure cruise. So let's... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not the Phoenix. 7. Ooh, Into the Floodmoor is a good draw. So let's have another island. Let's send their Archfiend back to their hand. Discard this Sleight of Hand. So we've now got 2 Phoenixes coming back. That will get them to 5, 4, 6. And then, depending on what they do next turn, we can Brazen Borrow or any demon they play. But they do have the Mutavault now, so they do have that option. I don't know, it's looking pretty spicy here. And we've still got 14 cards in the graveyard, so another treasure cruise would give us something to laugh about. Well, I think we've got to let them see if they see the line. Yeah. It was worth a try. They might have made that mistake. So this will keep them alive for another turn, potentially. I mean, it's getting very spicy in here. They are 1 damage away from dead. Well, I've got to keep an eye on my library as well, actually, so I think I'll decline here. Okay, well, that is something else. So I've done 2. I need to do 1 more. 19 cards. That should be fine. Discard another talent. Another treasure cruise for next turn. I mean, Proph's Eidetic Memory would be ideal here, but sadly, that is another treasure cruise. So let's bring back our 3rd Phoenix. We're going to hit them to 1. Their annexes will take them to 5, so they will need to kill 2 of my Phoenixes, or have a blocker. Okay, Archfiend itself is just fine, because that's just 1 blocker. Oh, isn't this exciting? do they have anything they can do is the question. Does Shieldred actually cause us any problems here? I don't believe so. Oh wait, yes it does. Crap. Okay, so I need to get that Archfiend out of the way without drawing too many cards. So let's Prankster. Decline. That'll do it. So, draw. Go to 3. Impulse. Decline. Impulse, go to 2. Decline. Hit them for 9. And breathe. Whew, what a game one. Okay, so Brazen Borrower is good against their tokens. I like Negate. Well, actually, I quite like Annul here for getting rid of their annexes. That's probably better. Let's put that in. So they almost certainly have Graveyard Hate sideboard. So let's trim out a couple of Treasure Cruises. Spell Pierce is okay. Yeah, Artist Talent was doing good work there, so maybe we're just trimming a couple of the cantrips, or maybe just one actually. Yeah, that'll be fine. If in doubt, just trim a cantrip. Okay, well, after a exciting game one, I think this is pretty keepable. Early Thoughtseize. I can live with that. None of my cards are that good on their own. Okay. I can take my opt. Well, that makes for a nice combination with the Lightning Axe. I would say if they have like a slash or anything, but they're obviously not going to play it at the moment. Unholy Annex is fine. Oh god, that's so annoying. Right, well I think I'm going to have to double spell again, unfortunately. I can't have an Archfiend flying around the place. Yes. Well, it's not looking good, lads. So they can turn that into a creature, so that is the demon that they need. Certainly not the demon that they deserve. I don't think I'm doing anything different here. Actually, let's have Beacon Bolt. That is a good answer to some of their demons. And trim another cruise. Yeah, let's try and kill them as quickly as possible. Yep, this is a decent opening hand. Has Axe. Yeah, I don't think anything in there is worth losing sleep over. Bibbly bum. I mean, a null is a good one to have here. Yep, Harvester is fine. That could just go down to an Axe. Do. Annex. Do it! Okay, fine, don't. So one time this card might actually be good. Not doing anything, eh? Well, in which case I will sit back and chill. Yeah, I think I'd rather wait. Do need something to get my cantrips rolling, though. That's fine. Okay, well that needs to go. So, well, let's see what I draw first. Okay, we might be able to get something rolling here, so let's kill that. I can come back with some unstoppable thingamajig counters or whatever they are. Da-da-dum. Phoenix! Let's go! Boom! Well, that's all you're doing. Interesting. Am I going to try and get rid of this again? I don't think so, not yet. I think that can wait until I have played Artist Talent. Yeah, that can go down now, I think. Discard Soken Zan. No discard here required. This is going to be a close one, I think. Okay, Heartless Act in itself isn't a huge problem. That is a problem. That's quite a big problem. Well, that's not really doing it for us now. And that certainly isn't. Well, I'm not liking the look of this now. That go blank was pretty devastating. Yeah, this demon's deck is resilient as hell. Okay, well, that's potentially the start of something. Can discard the lands here. Don't really know what that something's going to be, particularly if I draw like that. But I have another sleight of hand, so we are cooking again. And Fiery Impulse is a card. That one can go in the hand. So I can impulse their thingamajig. Technical term. Discard the other Phoenix. Raise and Borrow is pretty good as well. Okay. Suddenly things are not looking as terrible as they were a minute ago. So they're on 7. Okay, Fable by itself is not a huge problem. Okay, well, let's just get rid of that then, because otherwise they'll... God, these are such hilariously swingy games, but... It's definitely advantage us here, but they do have two goes at finding a card. So hit them to 1. What have they got? Got another lethal threat here. Yeah, okay. Go for it. Oof. Okay, I mean, that was a fantastic match, but we did get there. Okay, well, that was some of the best gameplay I think I've ever had on this channel. There was some really, really fun matches. So we got some packs to open, so we'll quickly do that, including a golden pack. Scrawling Crawler. Yeah, okay. Words. Crystal Barricade. I wonder if that one will ever do anything. Probably not, but it's an interesting card design. And Spinner of Souls. Okay, yeah, there's some interesting cards in Foundation. Kind of moderate power level, I would say. So, some mythics in here. And he joins up. Rakdos, Rise of the Dark Realms, Rite of the Dragon Caller. There's some interesting cards there. Probably not many that we're going to be playing with. So, yeah. Izzet Phoenix still doing the business. Artist Talent is a great addition to the deck. I can see why it's in play. But yeah, some really good games there. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hit those likes and subscribe buttons as ever. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.